Hello, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Mackenzie.
And I'm Kyle.
And this is Angel. I was like, oh my gosh, we watched Slayerverse with Angel. I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. He's letting me open it now. What do I do? What do I do? What do I say? Anyway, guys, I am the noob of this show. I have never seen any of these episodes before, so it's my first time reacting to them. And Kyle,
I have seen all of them several times. Big fan of the show, and I can't wait to react to even more episodes.
so if I have any questions, he's typically there to help explain things and make sure I don't miss what I need to miss. See.
Yes.
So.
And if you guys didn't know, you can check out our full-length reactions over at patreon.com/fantheorytv at any time. Mm-hmm. But while you're here, please enjoy our reaction to this.
The Blue Fred. Blue Fred.
Yes.
Blue Fred? Blue Fred. The Blue Fred.
This will do.
Fred?
Very dramatic, but I'll go back to making light of it, because otherwise we'll cry again.
Illyria.
My name.
Yes. Later.
Because I am returned in the body of a human, you think you can speak to me.
Ooh, damn.
It's disgusting.
Who is Winifred Burkle?
I thought the humans would have long died out by now. Instead, you're grown bold.
We are.
Well, you didn't do it. Or not.
Close.
Oh.
Run.
Winifred Burkle is the shell I'm in.
She's the woman you killed.
I'm watching human grief. It's like offal in my mouth.
If you stay here, you'll taste it every day. Humans rule the earth. Go back. Sleep until the humans are gone.
You seek to save what's rotted through. This carcass is bound to me, but you have opened my eyes to truth. If the world is truly overrun by humans, then I have work to do.
It was a good tactic, though, Wesley. I give you that. Good try. Good try.
Definitely worth the shot.
Get drunk. Death doesn't have to be the end. Not in our world. Rules can be broken. All you have to do is push hard enough.
Gonna torture him?
Thinking about it.
Can I help? I'm really good at it.
Thanks, but this is kind of personal.
Why do you think I want to help? But Fred's my friend.
He knows what's happening. Been hiding it the whole time. I just need a few minutes alone.
Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, buddy.
He just did.
Why didn't you?
Shut up. I can handle this. Whatever he knows.
Doesn't matter anymore. Fred's gone.
It's beautiful. Tell them.
Illyria consumed her.
Then it's still Fred, right?
It looks like Fred, but it's not.
She's so much more than that now. Beyond flesh, beyond perfection. I loved Fred. I really did. She had a warmth that took you in and held you until everything cold and distant melted away. She was the most beautiful, perfect woman I ever met. That's why I chose her. She's the only one that was worthy.
Wes, don't. We need him. I know how you feel.
You didn't feel her die. She was shaking with pain and terrified and so brave. She was better than anyone I've known. She's gone.
Now let's get her back.
So that's it? England was a bust?
Well, not entirely. We found out where their sarcophagus came from. There were thousands of them.
-1.
I got nothing. I'm sorry.
Played around a piñata with Lab Boy while you were gone. The sarcophagus was stuck in customs, and it should have stayed there, but someone got it out.
Who?
I'm working on it.
Oh, you're working on it. Good for you, Charles. Not a moment to lose.
Wes, I know you're hurting. Keep your footing. I need you sharp. All of you.
Trust us. What kind of experts?
What about her if her organs have been liquefied?
Flash fried in a pillar of fire, saving the world. I got better.
You really believe there's a chance of bringing her back?
Fred's soul is out there. somewhere. We'll find it and we'll put it back where it belongs. Then we'll make every son of a bitch who had a hand in this pay. We all on the same page?
Where do we start?
Need the big guns.
Willow. Won't be the first time she rattled her dead. Last time I heard she was in South America.
And we'll track her down and get here as soon as we can. In the meantime, we need to contain Illyria. You're the only one who had contact. Any idea where she's headed?
Hey! Come back here, you little... Fred?
I knew you'd come for me. My life is yours. I've loved you from the moment I saw you. I was 11. You were ancient, pressed between the pages of the forbidden texts. I would stare at you for hours, locked in my room. My mom thought I was looking at porn.
You are the Kwahazan.
I am your priest. I am your servant. I have taken your sacraments and placed them close to my heart according to the ancient ways.
We should really vet everybody that works at Wolfram and Hart. Also, like, what are your intentions and motivations and goals of working here?
My last Kwahazan was taller. This world, it's not how I left it.
There's nothing I can do about that.
But I can.
Yeah, okay.
Himalayas. I thought she was in South America.
We've got a branch in Tibet. How about a couple of Sherpas?
All right, look. What do you mean she's not on this plane? You just said astral projection. Well, is there any way to get her astral over to L.A.? Giles, this is an emergency. No.
Never a witch around when you need one. It'll work out. It has to.
Because it's your real why.
I know you've done everything you can. I'm sorry. So am I.
Yeah, I'm still at Wolfram and Hart. What does that have to do with anything? I understand. We're on our own.
Is that it? Yeah.
I'm ready to begin.
Looks like a superhero.
Or we could just hang out.
A warrior. I was beginning to wonder if this world was void of your kind.
Plenty of us to go around, love.
You've taken something of ours. Something very precious. Stand down, and I promise we won't destroy you taking it back.
I decline.
Take him!
It's like all the X-Men wrapped up into one.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. She walked out of the building quicker than he could hit the ground.
Yeah. But her weakness is him, Knox.
Sorry, boss. Maybe if I stopped her back in Gunn's office?
Back in the lab, she was standing right there in front of me. But there was no scent, nothing.
Dash. Sorry, I'm done.
It's like she wasn't even there.
I know.
Maybe she really is.
No. I lost Cordelia because some thing violated her. Crawled inside, used her up. No way in hell am I letting that happen again.
She was just curious. I think I hate her a little for that.
Wes.
Hand me the pry bar.
Maybe just have Harmony open
Your
it.
dreams loved you. That's more than most people ever get.
I know, but it isn't enough.
Stop it! Wes!
The markings refer to a series of concussively timed intervals.
Got me beat. All I found was a cell phone and a cheese sandwich.
Ugh, still makes me nauseous.
Then this is gonna be an uncomfortable conversation.
Miss Burkle,
How is she?
You wanna get real straight with me real fast.
customer's always right.
Everything you know. Or there won't be enough of you left to stitch back together, Frankenstein.
The sarcophagus contained the essence of an old one.
Not hearing anything I don't already know.
Why do you think I'm telling you?
How do you bring Fred back?
You can't. Miss Burkle's soul was consumed by the fires of resurrection. Everything she was is gone. For better or worse, you made a deal, Mr. Gunn. I suggest you learn to live with it. Is there something you'd like to tell me, Charles?
I was losing it. Everything they put in my head, everything that made me different. And he could fix it. Make it permanent. So I signed a piece of paper. It was a customs release form. I didn't think anyone would get hurt.
Nothing from Wolfram and Hart is ever free.
I didn't think it would be one of us. I didn't think it would be Fred.
I understand it. And I can forgive it. But you knew what was happening to her. You knew who was responsible and you didn't say anything. You let her die.
What the fuck, Wesley?
Less forgiving about that.
What the hell did you do?
What I had to.
I don't remember seeing Stab Gun on the agenda this morning.
We'll have her be all right.
We'll get her back.
Lock him in the werewolf cell.
Her soul was destroyed resurrecting Illyria.
What about Gun?
He let the sarcophagus into Wolfram and Hart. What he knew, when he knew it, it doesn't change what happened. He let her die.
At the well in England, there was a way to save Fred, but only if thousands of others died in her place. As much as I love Fred, I couldn't let that happen. Look, I need you to bury it, Wes. Everything you're feeling, everyone you want to hurt, I need you to put it aside and focus on what has to be done.
He's just a freaking loose cannon at this
We need
point.
to
That's
stop
probably
her
not the best
before
thing to
she
tell him at this
unleashes hell
moment.
on Earth. What'd you get out of the doctor?
Screams, various fluids, and a name. Balahanesh.
This is where she was supposed to be resurrected.
That's Illyria.
In its native form.
Raise your army. Wash humanity from the face of the earth and reclaim what was lost to you so many millennia ago when the world was ruled
Not
by...
be need to get you into therapy, honey.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
The gateway's blocked.
I was afraid of that. Wolfram and Hart probably threw a lock on it.
In my time, they were weak, barely above the vampire.
I guess they beefed up. But not to worry.
Is it true?
I guess it is.
How could you do that? To your friends?
Because I was weak. Because I wanted to be somebody that I wasn't. Because I don't know where I fit. Because I never did. Because 1,000 other reasons that don't mean a damn because she's gone. I did this. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just looking for a scapegoat, and he happens to be it.
Showtime.
Any seats left?
If not, we can just stand in the back.
You can't win this.
Then we all die trying.
Innocent people would die. Like Fred. I can't let that happen.
You were the protector of these creatures?
Yes.
You'd fight for their lives.
Yes.
Is my life in peril, boss?
You're about as low as it gets, Knox. But you're a part of humanity. That isn't always pretty. But it's a hell of a lot better than what came before. And if it comes down to a choice between you and him, then yes, because that's what people do. That's what makes us...
That would be Wesley. Yeah.
Were you even listening?
That you think he matters.
You're right. He's not the problem. You are.
Because I sincerely thought he mattered. It's like, oh, okay, fine. I was wrong.
Unimpressive.
Oh, yeah.
What's the rush?
How?
From your sarcophagus. It's connected to you. I'm connected to it.
Sneaky. You're too late. No. My world is gone.
how I feel.
We need to close the gateway to Illyria's temple. Permanently.
That's all we can do. I'll be in the lab.
You're not leaving?
It's what she would have wanted. It's what I want. I don't really like you. Suppose I never will. But this is important. Fred gave her life for it. Least I can do is give what's left of mine. The fight's coming, Angel, and it's gonna be a hell of a lot bigger than Illyria. Things are gonna get ugly. That's where I live.
I really appreciate the respect that Spike had for Fred for all of her
still
effort for him.
Life.
I do like that.
Why are you here?
This place was part of the shell.
The woman you killed had a name.
This is important to you. She can't return to you.
I know.
Yet there are fragments. When her brain collapsed, electrical spasms channeled into my function system. Please. Wesley, why can't I stay?
No.
Ouch.
Leave.
I've nowhere to go. My kingdom is long dead.
Your place is with the rest of your people, dead and turned to ash.
Perhaps. But I exist here. I must learn to walk in this world.
Ally or foe, ally or foe.
I'll need your help.
If I were to help you find your way, you have to learn to change. You mustn't kill.
You killed the Kwahazan in defiance of your leader.
He murdered the woman I love.
And that made it just.
No. Wasn't just. I'm probably the last man in the world to teach you what's right.
If I abide, you will help me.
Yes.
Because I look like her.
Yes.
Is there anything in this life but grief?
There's love. There's hope for some. There's hope that you'll find something worthy. You can still be surprised.
Is that enough? Is that enough to live on?
Cute little send off for Fred right at the end. We're not going to get her back. It's just not going to happen. We have to deal with this new character. And I'm surprised. I sincerely thought she would be the big bad, but like we said a couple episodes ago, it feels very rushed this season. So I don't know where we're going to go with this unless she decides to be bad again. But still don't know where our trajectory is going with the rest of the writing. I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was always confused about why this season was the last season. Why is this show ending? I don't get it. Because this was definitely the most popular season of Angel, other than maybe the first, but I still think this one was even more popular. Maybe the network already informed them, like, you don't have a choice. This is your last season. And so maybe, like you mentioned in an earlier episode, that the writer's room was just like, well, we have all these ideas we wanted to do. And they were probably like, well, we'll try and fit them all in however we can, all in one season.
There's so many of these things that you could have stretched out into like at least half the season. Like,
Yeah.
this whole thing right here could have been a half season. She looks like an X-Men. She's got a lot of powers of the X-Men if she decides to be totally good and on the side of Wolfram and Hart and everything. She could certainly, it made me laugh. Her overall goal, which I appreciate, is like get back to her temple, take over the world, have it be what it was. And that's kind of the same predicament Wesley's going through. Is like, I want things as they were, but yeah, that neither one of them can be. So it's interesting to see them coupled up at the end to be the one she seeks out to be like, you were the one that I first saw with grief, and so therefore I am coming to you to understand my own grief. And just see this higher being now ask human how to live. It'll be an interesting scope if they can choose to continue down that path. I hope they do, because again, I just don't know where the season's gonna go otherwise. Because I just can't put my finger on a big bat. Because I thought it was Nox, and then Nox got shot, and then what? Like, what are we doing?
I thought it was Eve and Lindsay at one point.
Mm-hmm. Now I say it, I feel like Gunn got such a raw deal from everybody. Like, he was tricked into doing that. Yes, he did take the offer, and he should have done some research into what he was gambling up, but he didn't know what it was going to do. He didn't know what it was.
Yeah, and he has to wear the badge of guilt.
Yeah,
regardless.
I don't think he should have done it. I'm not saying what he did was the right thing, and yes, he deserves a lot of the blame. But who deserves a lot of the blame? The doctor. Yes, we did torture him off screen and everything, but like, I guess you're just not caring about that because you didn't trust somebody, and you trusted Gunn. But that's such bullshit. That's such bullshit in my eyes. It's like, you don't lay everything at him. And he's already obviously feeling super, super freaking bad about it. And anybody in the same shoes, if Wesley was in his shoes at this time, he's okay. I said I wasn't going to call on Wesley and how much I hate him, but I hate Wesley. This is another episode where I just hate Wesley. He would have done the exact same thing that Gunn did, going off and tried to do it on his own. So such a hypocrite and terrible person. And to say that, like, I know he's grieving and I shouldn't judge people's grief, but I'm judging Wesley as a person. Just like, oh, I kind of hate her for being curious and all this kind of stuff. Harmony was absolutely right. Like, just focus on the good. I realize you're grieving, but like, focus on the good. And it's not enough. And he's right that it's not enough, but it's like, oh, Wesley rubs me such the wrong way. I hate the character. I get where he's coming from and a lot of stuff where he thinks he can do something to do the greater good. But every decision he makes, I am so against. So let it be said. Sorry.
Okay.
If he's your favorite character, you and I will not agree on that. But yeah.
Yes, he did wrongdoing, but the difference is it wasn't intentional wrongdoing. I mean, it was intentional wrongdoing. It wasn't wrongdoing to the personal level that he didn't know it was going to be this personal. The only one who's really turned on him, thankfully, is Wesley.
Gunn didn't know he was affecting, but at the same time, if we're going by Wesley logic, for the greater good, he does most of his stuff for the greater good, whether it be shooting that guy in the leg for the greater good of helping Fred get cured. But that's what Gunn was doing for the greater good. If he has all this legal knowledge, therefore he can continue helping people.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm calling Wesley a hypocrite.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he was definitely insecure about that. And in many ways, I do wish that Gunn could just, value himself for what he really is instead of what they made him. But it's, insecurities get the best of us sometimes.
Yeah. The show for writing a character that so can play off my nerves and highlight portions of anger in me that I did not know I had. So yeah, at least this show is teaching me something.
There was this back and forth between Spike and Angel.
Yes.
And how Spike's like, I don't actually want to go anywhere. I want to stay. I want to actually fight with you. Yeah. Even though I don't like you, I want to fight with you.
I thought that was cool. I'm trying to find his motivation of it, and I don't know if it is. It's more than just his respect for Fred and losing Fred in the moment, but I know that a lot of it stems from because we are playing off of grief. This is a whole episode about grief also. And he's like, it's what she would want if I were to stay. And he's like, no, it's what I would want also. So it's a very cool growing moment from Spike that I like to see. Mm-hmm. So yeah, nice, cool.
They're all sad, including Harmony, even though she's soulless. So it's nice to know she's sad as well.
Yeah, right.
It's nice to know she's sad. We just want everyone to be sad.
It's nice to know that she had feelings for somebody.
Yeah, that there's mourning there. That ending was sweet. It also makes me extremely sad. As someone who isn't yet, but is going to be a father soon, the idea of having a child leave, which I did to my parents, so I'm sorry, Mom and Dad, if you're watching, to leave to go move to another place far, far away that seems scary, and then to like, you know, promise that everything's going to be fine, and then to know how this turned out for her.
To be missing for 5 years, and then to be killed by supernatural means. Yeah.
And not only that, but for your soul to literally be eaten.
Yeah.
It couldn't have possibly gone worse for what the parents' fears were.
Yeah.
And that is just devastating. And so in that regard, I have always felt that out of all of the characters in all of the Buffyverse, Slayerverse, whatever, she has the worst fate. Fred has the worst fate because she doesn't even get to be a soul and be something afterwards. Sucks. Just sucks. Anyway. Ugh. Okay, guys. Well, this was another great episode of We Watch Slayerverse with Angel.
And it slayed.
Thanks so much for joining us today.
You are incredible.
As always, we appreciate you.
Aw.
Aw, they're incredible too.
I know, but I was
But if you guys think we're incredible, you should like this, subscribe to our channel, and click that bell to be notified.
Go to that Patreon thing too, because
we have that and could use the money.